What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for coming back to Cobra TV. We have had one bombshell dropped after another. Today, we got a lot of information about, more about No Man's Sky Online and more about what Part 3 is, update component number 3, which is No Man's Sky 2.0. And I remember a lot of you guys actually guessed that it was going to be No Man's Sky 2.0. I know Peaceful Gamer did. A lot of you guys in the chat kind of guessed what that was going to be from a couple subcasts back. But next Wednesday, Hello Games, they're going to snap their fingers and an entire VR universe goes online. No tricks, no workarounds, no early access. This is the real deal, built upon 3 years worth of refinement. And I bet a lot of you guys can't wait to get your hands on this. A lot of you are thinking, well, you know, online isn't for me, VR isn't for me, or VR and online isn't for me. But there is still more stuff for them, according to Sean Murray. He knows that not everybody wants one or both of those things. So No Man's Sky 2.0 is for you guys. So let's go over some of the details real quick in a condensed video. And we'll be live tonight to talk about more of this and have your voices. You guys get to call into the show and talk about what you're excited about with all this new information. We will be live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But Sean Murray says, Hello Games will start hosting community missions that everyone can take part in, week out. So like before, when we saw at the beginning of Next and through some of Next, they kind of quit. You can see when they really started working hard because the events kind of dropped off. But those are going to continue. We did see the Quicksilver store inside of Nexus. So we are going to be earning more Quicksilver. The lobby size is 16 to 32 players, 16 on console, I presume, and 32 players on PC. Multiplayer, there's a multiplayer mission board. There is bounty hunting. There is archaeological missions. There are missions where you could take photos together in a mission group called a fire team that Sean Murray explained. There's base building missions that you guys can group up in and get involved in, and you do that by just grouping up at Nexus, and you could go to the mission board or the mission page or whatever it is, the console, and start a mission, and everyone can choose to join it or not. There is a new galactic map, new discovery page, new alien word system, and more story. So I can't wait to see what that galactic map looks like. And a discovery page as well. There are brand new alien races. So with those alien races, that's probably where the more story comes from, because we've seen aliens that look like Mogwai. We've seen them look like Mogwais also that ate after midnight and look like full-scale freaking gremlins. We've seen some that look like E.T., some that look like a Groot. I mean, there's just tons of stuff that we picked out on one of the live shows. There is a larger ship scale. The ships look massive. They look big, and I can't wait to see what that looks like in BR when you have to really tilt your head up to look at your ship. There's new shops in Nexus. Probably a lot that we're familiar with, and maybe some that we are going to be experiencing for the very first time. Unique helmets. Now, and unique means customized, so it looks like we could customize our head. Because it says unique helmets and then rare exosuits. So I don't know how we're going to get the rare exosuits. Maybe we could find exosuits sort of the way we hunt down multi-tools. So that's going to be interesting to find out more about that. There's more accessibility options. You could also use, like, there's different UI options for the VR. Like, there's a lot of really intuitive ways to get to your menus and stuff like that. There is also teleportation for those who get motion sickness, or we could just walk around just like we do now. Chairs can now be sat in. I know that sounds like it's really ridiculous, but I'm excited for something as simple as that. Chairs can now be sat down in. NPCs actually walk around, and you can encounter the NPCs on the planets. I don't know, can't confirm if we can shoot at them or not, but I'm hoping that we can. I'm hoping that they can shoot back at us. Creature writing is a thing now, which I don't know if it's certain size creatures only, or if we could actually get like big giant Diplos and ride them around, or actually get a flying creature and cruise around the planet on some winged alien. But we can farm these creatures as well. I guess farming means breeding. We can tame, and we can make milking machines to milk them, which I don't know what the animations of some of that stuff's going to look like, but I'm I'm interested to see what that looks like. There is improved base building, so we'll get into, there's more here that I wrote down for base building. It's larger bases, some new base building parts, and all kinds of other stuff. There is a new cooking system. So there's recipes to make things. We saw the data mine files a year ago. They were on there a year ago. We talked about them. We beat them like a dead horse, and now they finally made their way into the game. So we're super excited about that. And we're not told what they're for just yet. I don't know if it's for us to eat or if it's for us to feed animals. I remember somebody called into the show a while back and said, you know what? I think this might have been Vargul. Somebody called into the show and said, what if the eating is not for us? What if it's for so that we can create food to feed pets and have a pet system? So that's going to be interesting to find that out as well. Now we get to the part about the larger bases. One of the most exciting elements this article reads is the expansion of base building, not only allowing you to make bigger bases, bigger than ever before, but more complex structures. There are industrial elements for auto mining resource production. So this kind of reminds me of games like Satisfactory. So it looks like we can create things like that, or in the same vein as that. And then it says not to mention logic pieces that will allow you to build smart structures. We've seen that in the trailer with the lines connected to the lights and things like that. Says it's not unlike Minecraft's Redstone. I don't know much about Minecraft, but I'm hoping that people call into the show tonight to talk about Redstone and how it operates, because Sean Murray's he's always likened No Man's Sky to Minecraft, how he wanted the update strategy to be just like Minecraft, and he didn't want to tell people too much about what they were supposed to do like Minecraft, and now he's adding something that's similar to Redstone. This article that I got here says, when I walk into Hello Games gameplay room, a group of devs was playing a version of Rocket League that they built on an abandoned moon. So they recreated the game Rocket League on some rare, like some just random moon. I can't wait to see what you guys can create with that kind of technology, that kind of, that kind of logic system, what we could do with the Galactic Thunderdome and things like that. Nexus, and now we get into the Nexus. It's a new social space that can be summoned without an apparent loading time. So I guess there's no loading time. You can just click a button and boom, it just warps right in. And it warps into any system that you're in. A space station lobby of sorts. The Nexus will be filled with 16 to 32 players, dependent on the platform, with that upper limit being for PC, picked from your online friends and random strangers. It will include new shops, new missions, even new story elements within inside the Nexus. So I wonder if you can get into story campaigns from the Nexus. I wonder why the new story elements are inside Nexus. That's puzzling. The Nexus, it turns out, is a ship belonging to Polo and Nada, who longtime players will recognize immediately. It's been designed to help players show off their creativity from their ships to their bases, aided by a teleporter that will allow players to visit your planetary creations, and will even allow Hello Games to feature its favorites. Wow. You guys are going to build something really cool. Imagine, all those really cool bases that have been built here recently. Hello Games can now feature those for us to play. So the old show that we used to have, the Traveler and the Book of the Galaxy, is going to be coming back. That is something that I cannot wait to start back up again, where we go to very fascinating places inside No Man's Sky. Hello Games has added fire teams when the game calls them groups. So the game calls them groups. But Hello Games calls them fire teams for some reason when they talk about it. There are other comparisons. The Nexus acts as No Man's Sky's version of the tower, for instance, but on a broader level. This game is also nabbing Destiny's gentle sway from lonely play to co-op with strangers. If you land on a planet other players are exploring, they'll just be there. If there's a community event on a specific planet, that 16 to 32 player limit will still be in effect, making things a touch more crowded than we're used to from No Man's Sky. If you want to head out together, you can organically make a fire team. Group it says, in the Nexus, take a new multiplayer mission and exit into the same system with little to no fuss. And Sean Murray at the end of the interview with IGN says there are more updates to come in the future. These guys are not done. I don't know what else they could add to this game. And for a lot of people, I do want to stress this, a lot of people are concerned about variation. We got a taste of what the game looks like in the long trailer for the No Man's Sky Online that we got yesterday, and we could see that there are tons of variation. There are new tree bases. There's new flora underneath the water. There's new flora on the surface of the planets, and just a brief look at the terrain. It looks like there's improvement on the terrain as well. It also looks like they brought back a lot of the color too. So it looks like variation has been implemented into No Man's Sky 2.0. Why not? Why wouldn't they? They said that this is going to touch almost every aspect of the game, like on the survey that I talked about a long time ago. Polish of existing features was one of the most important things on there. And so I think that it's going to be spread out to everything. And Sean Murray said it can't be just one thing, because people like to do different things. They like to build, they like to farm, they like to explore. So this is going to touch on everything that we do in the game. This is pretty much an overhaul, a polishing of No Man's Sky, so to speak. I'm super excited. I wonder if you guys are excited. No, I don't wonder. I know you're excited. But let me know in the comment section down below how excited you are. And all of the features that we mentioned, I probably missed a bunch because so much has come out recently. But of all the features that you've read or that I've said here on this video, let me know in the comment section down below which ones you're most excited about. Mine is Nexus. I can't wait to get in there and see what there is to do inside. It's so big, it's so large. And I can't wait to see the shops are and explore inside Nexus and things like that. And we are going to do the live podcast, the subcast from Nexus after Beyond drops from now on. We're going to group together. We're going to have party inside the game, and we're going to have the subcast inside Nexus. So that's going to be exciting. But let me know, guys, of all the things that we were told, what are you most excited about? Thank you so much for coming back to Cobra TV, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until next time.